Hello and welcome to round 2 of the Intercontinental Rally Challenge. The Rally y las Canarias. For the second time here for the IRC, but the stages have changed a lot since last year. Tight, twisty, fast stages. Tarmac, of course, with a lot of grip. It's going to be tough on the tyres here. Very challenging for the drivers. Day 1 starting with a 1.5 kilometre super special, followed by the Santa Lucia and the Ingenio, and then run again, those in the second loop. The crews will then head back to service before they tackle 2 night stages, Valesco and Tejeda, a total of 116.81 competitive kilometres. They finish day 1 at approximately 1 a.m. No rest for the wicked. They're up at 7:30 to take on day 2. Welcome to Gran Canaria, popular tourist destination, roughly 210 kilometres west of Morocco. It's not the largest of the Canary Islands, but it is certainly the most popular in terms of visitors. Mostly volcanic rock. Yeah, it's been a long break since the first round in Monte Carlo, but we're back and everybody is ready to hit this second round of the season hard. 35 IRC crews are here, and none of them think this is going to be easy. So, time to meet them, I guess. Johanan, yes, it was close here last year for the reigning IRC champion. Yes, he just missed out on the win in 2010. Asphalt has never been his strong point, but he's getting better and better.
I think this year the fight is even more tough than last year. More drivers now, so you cannot get nothing free, but I really try to do my best and would like to win this rally.
Fellow Skoda driver Jan Kopecki took the win here last year. In fact, it was the last win he had in the IRC. Will he be able to repeat that performance on this island? Always a tight battle amongst the Skodas themselves. Quality in abundance.
Last year it was really good rally for us, and this year they changed the stages quite much. So it's again the new challenge, but I believe that we have a perfect car for this with a great setup, so we try to do our best to win again.
And if you had to put some money on, probably Kopecki would be a very, very good bet. Ultimate at adapting very, very quickly to different challenges. Andres Merkson off the back of winning in Corsica last month. Yes, second in the Trofeo Rally Terra, Andreas Mikkelsen is looking
definitely
good.
Take pleasure, we'll manage. But you know, to get our RC campaign back on track, really, it's in Monte Carlo we didn't finish, so no points. So we definitely need some points now.
Getting the feeling with the car, he says. It's a question of balance, and some say he's got it just right. Fast Freddy Loix is here, can never be ruled out. Last season he had 3 wins on tarmac and shows he's got the pace. We know he has.
I'm feeling very well because every rally I did until now in the IRC, it was going well, so it gave me quite a good boost. That gave me a lot of confidence. I know it will be a new rally for me and not have been here last year, but that doesn't change anything. I will go flat out.
Going flat out. He said they recorded the notes in the morning, incidentally, then played them back during the service break and adapted the notes in the afternoon. Clever stuff from Freddie. Tony Gardemeister is back with the IRC. It's good to see him, this time in a Skoda. And yes, he'll double with Team Oda for the GDS worldwide operation. It's the first time for him driving the S2000 machine in competition. And we come to expect fast times from him. Brian Bouffier, the man currently leading the 2011 IRC table. Yeah, the Frenchman, fantastic display in Monte Carlo. So what can we expect from round 2? Back-to-back win? Who knows?
I
don't think much is going to change, to be honest. My aim is always the same, and that's to get the best result possible. And if I'm the IRC leader, then, you know, I'm not going to dwell too much on it. This is a long, long season, he says. Wise words from the young man. So what about Guy Wilkes? Made the move to Peugeot at the start of the season, has been doing a lot of testing during the 3 months between rounds. He's hungry to get back up on that podium.
We want to win, you know, we want to put Peugeot UK on the top step of the podium, but it will be a difficult rally. It's very, well, not very short, but quite short, and the stages are very technical. It's going to be, you have to make no mistakes and be very fast all the time, so it's going to be difficult.
Comfort always seems to be a trouble for Guy, constantly changing the setup just to try and find that, set the car the way he actually wants it. See how he goes this time by. Thierry Neuville is back with Kronos Racing. We look forward to seeing what the Belgian can do here in Gran Canaria. Many say he's as fast as Freddie. He's certainly turning heads, has been doing for some time. Bruno Magalhaes, well, quickest in the testing here last year, liking these stages to Madeira, which is a big crash in Monte Carlo. He's wanting confidence.
This is good because after Monte Carlo was very important to do one rally, and I made the rally of Portugal with a lot of kilometers. It was good for me, my co-driver, the team, so we are here to fight.
Yes, but slightest little thing may well upset him. We'll see if he just manages to stay settled by the end of this one. And watch out for local talent. Jonathan Perez in the Peugeot 207 S2000. Yeah, wild cards. One that the other IRC mainstays may well have to look out for. Also coming back here, Proton. Yeah, it's making their way to the Rally of Canaries after a superb victory in Malaysia. They won the home rally with Australian Chris Atkinson, taking an easy victory in the Asia Pacific Malaysian Rally. Once Atkinson took the lead, he had an untroubled run, some would say. Looked very good. One of the strongest fields they've ever had as well. It could have been a 1-2 for Proton, but Alistair McRae had overheating problems on the first day when grass clogged the radiator. The Scotsman then backing off, but still got on the podium in third place. So, what are we expecting from Proton? Gian Domenico Basso joining the team for the Canarias. Yeah, superb partnership between himself and Peggy Anderson. The Italian's not had much time with the car though, but says he's happy and impressed not only with the car but with the team as well. He really has settled in. Peggy Anderson, we know more about him, certainly one to look out for. He spoke to us.
Small improvements since Monte Carlo, and also with a new teammate with Domenico Basso, who is a really expert on tarmac. I think we can learn a lot from each other, and we can see a different way how we can work with the car.
Can't find a nicer man actually than Peggy Anderson, and kind of at the back of my mind I kind of hope he does rather well here. We'll see. What about the Production Cup? Subaru Impreza of Jose L. Barrios, 9th on the Rally Islas Canarias last season. He's going to be fighting for category honours with Gustavo Sosa, who lines up in Rally Art Mitsubishi Lancer. Nice to see some of the other cars out here testing the tarmac, as you can see. They're not alone in the two-wheel drive cup. Yes, defending champion Harry Hunt, new co-driver Robbie Durant has a wealth of experience. He's got to watch over his shoulders though, because Hungarian-born Gyula Hiring is being tipped as one to watch. Local Jere Lemes went well last season in the M Sport Fiesta. He switches to a Honda Civic for 2011. Harry Hunt's livery is rather outstanding, is it not? Well, they all need to watch out for Enrico Garcia in the R2 Fiesta. That's Lemes in his Honda, and that R2 Fiesta is going to pose a threat, you can be sure of that. They'll all have a chance to score points in the two-wheel drive IRC Drivers' Championship here as well, and it could be a little bit of a mixed affair in the two-wheel drive event. All classes here keenly contested. And at long last we get a few of the little Fiesta. Marvellous machine. Andrew Collier, I remember, wanted to pick one up, put it in his pocket, take it home. Big no-no. So we will get back to the action in just a moment's time. Quick check on the drivers' standings. Bouffier leading Loix after his win in Monte Carlo. Guy Wilkes currently third in the championship, don't forget. It's been a busy old day, and as you can see from the mists, perhaps would they play a part? Fog late on, I can tell you, certainly has done. So join us after the break for the start of Rally Islas Canarias. Plenty of action coming up for you here. Quick look at the manufacturers' totals for the time being. Peugeot on 40 points, 10 points adrift. Skoda with Subaru on 14 points. Been a busy day. We'll have action for you and a brief chat with those who've done well and indeed those who haven't. We'll be back in just a few moments' time still. Welcome back. On the first day, 8 stages awaiting the drivers, 3 loops to go, and 2 similar loops in the third stages at the start of the day. Yes, 2 night stages to finish the day. So for a total of 410 kilometres with 116 kilometres of the stages here. A lot of transition as well. Rally starting with a super stage on the karting track, 1.5 kilometres only. A little bit of excitement for the drivers, a bit of fluff some might say. Well, first super stage here on this karting track south of Gran Canaria Island. And first on the road, Brian Bouffier, IRC leader after Monte Carlo. Best time though, Guy Wilkes, 7th on the road he was. Second time went to Johan Hannan, just half a second down on Wilkes. Local driver Johan Vinyes, 15th place, best of the locals, 4.1 seconds down on Wilkes. So good start for Guy. Then it all got a bit serious. Yes, as you can see, a lot of sort of sea mist hanging around. Clouds starting to build up as well. Weather conditions and temperatures variable. Gustavo Souza and his rally out machine, sadly it wasn't to last long. He had a bit of a tumble along the way, 22nd on the road, running 33rd after the opening stage, and as you can see, just got it a little bit wrong. Well, actually rather a lot wrong, straight into the rocks, and that was it unfortunately. Out of the rally. Jere Lemes on his Honda, another early retiree, 21st on the roads. One of 3 Hondas indeed on the entry list, and a shame to see the attrition rate so high so early on. Jonathan Perez, 13th on the road, 12th after the opening short squirt. Local driver doing well in the rankings, finishing the stage 12th incidentally, 46 seconds down on the leader, but overall holding on to 12th place, not bad at all. We didn't have to wait long before we got our first glimpse of the Proton in proper action and in the hands of Peggy Anderson. Well, we knew it would absolutely sing out there. 5th on the road, 15th after the opening special, just a 6-second deficit carried onto the first stage proper. Finished 11th though on stage 2, 35 seconds he gave away. Less experienced than his teammate, of course, Basso. Wanted to learn from the old stager, and probably will, certainly on tarmac, which is a favoured surface of Basso. Yes, he's moving up though from 15th to 11th overall, but 40-second deficit early on wasn't great. Basso though, terrific stager, former champion of course, 3rd on the road, 10th overall after the opening short special, and then really got serious here. Finished 10th on stage 2, 31.3 seconds, and holding on to 10th place overall. That really quietly is the aim, 10th place. I think they'll be thinking of it as a minimum in the hands of Basso though. First of the Proton cars in the ranking. Looking good. Tony Gardemeister, 9th on the road. About his position, 2.5 seconds after the short special. On 2, gave away 31 seconds though. Yes, some late parts were the problem. He was busy working on the car and just couldn't get settled on the roads here, just didn't get too much sighting of them before competition proper, and hoped to do well, and says his main aim is just to finish the rally and finish it well. Doubtless he will. Bruno Megalesh, quickest in testing, 7th after the short one. Finished though 8th only on the second stage. Not happy. The car was oversteering, lost confidence in the vehicle. Monte Carlo, don't forget, he crashed and lost all his confidence. He's been doing a bit more with the with that win in the Portuguese rally, and said he was feeling relaxed with the car, but then he said it all shed today with that oversteering, and Really not a good place to be. Mickelson, 4th on the road. Starting this one 1.3 seconds down, but ended it 15.4 down on the leader, losing 1 spot. Said he wanted to attack, but also finish the rally because he's fighting for the IRC title generally and really needs points to stay at top. That's what points bring him. Well, 4th after the opening short one. Brian Bouffier was busy here. 6th only though, 14.9 down, losing a couple of spots. Had some difficulties finding a good rhythm, he said, as the opener. Looked quick though. Wonderful shots here. And what about Guy Wilkes? Well, after coming straight out of the box and taking the short one, it was a big ask to do the same on the second. 7th indeed, and 12.9 off the leader. Loses 4 positions overall, ended at 5th. And yeah, once again, movement of the car underneath him at high speeds, and he's just trying to sort that out. Trouble is that every time he makes changes, it generally tends to get worse before it gets better, so it's a sort of a slow learning process really in terms of setup. But we know Guy's quick, and when he does have the setup, he's absolutely unbeatable. Fingers crossed for him then. Hannanen, 2nd on the road. Finished this one in 4th place, just 2.7 down on the stage. Lose a couple of positions though, to 4th overall, but only 2 seconds off the lead. Said he's extremely confident. Now that coming from Hannanen, who doesn't usually big himself up. Yes, Wobertide anybody. And you want confident? Very confident for this rally. Freddie Loix has found his rhythm and said he's got a good feeling with the car. Clever stuff with the pace notes, we mentioned that earlier. He recorded the first loop and then during the service part they sat down and put their heads together and altered their notes. Adaptability, that's what it's all about. Maybe an old head, but maybe they're young shoulders, if you see what I mean. Finishes this one just 0.2 down, 3rd spot, moving in 5 places overall in only the 2nd loop. Fabulous by Freddie. Neuville then 10th on the road, 1.3 off the leader here. 3rd place on this 2nd special. His reaction after the stage, too much oversteer, he said. Each time he was well placed in the ranking. Ill fortune seems to beckon though, doesn't it? Remember Scotland crashed 2010, just pushing a little bit too hard. It was a nightmare right at the very end of the stage live, I remember. Mechanical problems in Monte Carlo as well. Young and impulsive, sometimes just pushing too hard. Jan Kopecki, always a performer. Good work comes to him. Moving up from 5th to the provisional lead here on the 2nd stage. After the stage, he said he didn't push too hard because he wanted to save his tyres, so made everyone feel even worse. Won the Canarias in 2010. It was his only victory in 2010, incidentally, and looking to go better this time. Kopecki then, the man in the driving seat. We'll take a break and be back with more and more problems, as you can see, in just a few moments' time. Stay with us. Welcome back. Clouds rolling in, as you can see. Many of the drivers said they just had to ease up because it was getting a little bit dangerous as visibility started to just ebb away from them out there. Giandomenico Basso, first competitive outing for Proton. Not totally happy. Still some changes to be made, he says.
I've done
these 2 stages, first stage as well, and we've got to make some changes to improve the car. The 3rd stage was, well, even if we took some risks, our biggest problem is understeer. We ran slowly, and we can drive faster. The problems comes from the rear. With the team, I know we're trying to find a solution, and well, we're just in a bit of a race at the moment to get the information and just know exactly what course we've got to follow here. Looking for the solution is what we are about right now, he says, and yeah, we'll just see how we go after we make those changes. Not so happy with this performance, Brian Bouffier, incidentally. out there. I'll see him in a moment. Giandomenico Basso then in trouble on the day, as you've heard. It was the same for Peggy Anderson, incidentally, who a little bit later on was holding up Guy Wilkes, as I'm sure we're about to see. So, to Bouffier, sorry about that, not too happy with his performance. It was hard compound, he says, and maybe a bad choice of tyre. Yeah, I'm not very confident, he says. Haven't been since the beginning. Maybe it's me. Maybe we've got to change the car. There's honest for you. The rally is long, and we've got a big fight in front of us, and you know, we've got to make sure that we get things sorted out before then. I just hope that we can catch the big names out there. Also saying he hoped for a little bit of rain and perhaps to mix up the results a little bit. Frenchman happier in the second run, the second loop today. The car felt, he said, that it was coming to him. Still in the battle with Mikkelsen after stage 6. Same gap as before. What about Mikkelsen then? Bouffier 7th overall. Bouffier, well, that fog made things a little bit slippery. It settled on the brand new tarmac. You've seen this ribbon of asphalt that they've got here, and yeah, you can also see as well it's very, very newly laid, and that, well, if you do get a little bit of moisture there, it does tend to draw out some of the oil in the surface. And yeah, wanted to bring home points, he said, and said that he hoped that this would be easier than last time. Maybe taking it easy after that Monte Carlo crash out, who knows. Guy Wilkes looking very good. But not overly
bad, but unfortunately the second stage we lost a little bit too much time. First stage, the go-kart track, we just drove it neat and tidy, and okay, we were pushing, but the second stage we tried to do the same, and unfortunately the car and myself just weren't quite working together. We made some changes to the damper after stage 2 for stage 3, and it worked. So yeah, I think that hopefully we can push harder through stage 4 and 5 and 6 now.
Well, pushing hard is what Guy can do. Once he feels confident with the car, he really does exactly that. Precise and clean. This is a technical rally, and one that might well suit him as it develops. He's 5th overall at the moment after 6 stages. Don't forget, they're going into the night. We'll have action from that for you tomorrow. And they will be finishing around about 1 in the morning, which means that they get very little sleep, about 5-6 hours really maximum. So what about Johanan then? In the Skoda as well.
I can push harder, but I'm coming to the service. That's what I don't know, but we will see. It's not so much to space anymore, but we will see.
Fastest on 6. Halonen says he's taking it easy, not pushing too hard. Really, that is scary for everybody. If that's not pushing hard, I do not know what is. Says there's no place for mistakes here. 4th overall after 6. What about Thierry Neuville? 2 spares in the first loop. He ditched one of those for the second loop.
It was a really good start for us. The car is working very well. Nicolas and me, we did also a good job. Also in the Wacky, the pace notes are very good. Now we have to look forward, don't do mistakes, and we try to stay on the road and to push, to continue to push like this.
Well, pushing is also what he does. Weather started to close in towards the end of the stage, and that fog really did upset him in particular. He said it was too dangerous on the road to continue at the pace he'd been setting himself. At steady pace, though, means he loses a position and is 3rd overall after 6, just 1 second off Loix. So what about Freddie? Well, he said the opening special of the day was just too short to mean anything. Prefers the longer stages, and of course doesn't mind it a bit damp. He is Belgian after all.
My decision is that I have to go quicker and try to be somewhere on the first or the second stage place when I come back.
So not holding anything back, it's what Freddie's about. That's why he's just so popular with the fans. As you can see, that's even getting held up on special stage 6 behind Peggy Anderson, who got himself a puncture. That's a real problem. It wasn't the only one of the day for him either. What about Jan Kapecki going well the check?
Yes, you know, because I thought that it will be much worse, but the tire wear, there is no any problem with that, so it seems that maybe we can start to push a bit more.
Well, they are. Don't hold anything back, my friends. Made quite a lot of changes to the pace notes for the second run. Maintains the lead. Yes, Freddie is 3.1 seconds behind Kapecki. It's all about the Skodas at the moment. Was it ever not thus? So an interesting end to the daylight section of the opening day. still the night runs to happen. And as I said, tomorrow's highlights will have some action from that for you, as well as the main body of tomorrow. Kubetskinen leading Loix by that margin we've already mentioned. Neuville in third place. Bouffier down in 7th, 31 off the pace after this stage 6 of this rally. In the two-wheel drive cup, Johan Vinjes took the lead in the opening stage and just hasn't let it go. He's been holding that position right from the very start and looking good. Gorka Antzaustegi, moving up from 5th to 3rd place on special 2, and then on stage 3, 1 position more to take 2nd overall and keep it until the end of loop 2. Moreno also looking good in the Honda. Yes, if it wasn't for Inzausti, he would be in that 2nd place, but just bumped down into 3rd. Jose Barrios in the Subaru, well, he started well. In fact, he was only 1 second off Harry Hunt in the two-wheel drive category. So running in 17th place, keeping advancing is what he is out to do. Gustavo Souza finishing early on, 16.9 off the lead only in his Rally Art machine. But on 2 sadly crashed and was unable to restart due to the damage. So day 1 extremely interesting. All the top drivers are here fighting for that final victory. And well, will the weather get in the way? Will it be mechanical, or will it just be skill that wins out in the end? There's always a bit of a mix, especially in a place like this. One thing is for sure, the crowds have turned out in abundance here and they're being royally entertained by some of the best drivers on the planet. Hope to have your company for day 2 tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.